Hey y'all, welcome to Twin Oaks Farm Poultry on YouTube. Thanks for joining us. This is our broiler flock on day 26 of their growth, and we're going to take a closer look at them, but got a couple of special guests over here we're going to take a moment with before we look back at the flock. These are two of my sons, my two older sons. So on the left there, Owen, and on the right there, Wade. Wade, what do you have? I was actually in the barn here working, and my two oldest sons have come over here and they're hanging out, and so I had a chance to come over and say hi and looky what we've got. Wade, show us what you've got, bud. Did you bring this to show us?
Yeah.
You brought this to show me. Where'd you find this fella? Or gal? I don't know what you have.
By the porch.
By the porch. What is it?
A snake.
Well, yeah, I got you. Do you know what kind of snake it is?
It's a garter snake.
Okay. And this does not intimidate you at all to be holding this snake and to have caught it?
Nope.
Not intimidating at all. Owen, do you want to hold it? Not particular. I wouldn't really want to hold it either. So what are you going to do with it?
I don't know.
Don't know yet? Okay. So, I would probably not advise catching snakes, but Wade in particular has always had a real comfort level with handling reptiles and amphibians and all kinds of creatures. So, what are y'all going to do? You fixing to do anything?
No.
No. Would you give the camera one kind of smile, please? Come on. Oh, Wade, look up at the camera. Oh, the snake is, huh? All right. Well, we're going to get back to chickens, but thank you. Thank you so much for showing me the catch of the day. I appreciate it. Okay. So we are going to get back to chickens. And so a couple updates here on the flock. So they're 26 days old. So real close to a month old. And we raise them to just 6 weeks old. But I do believe this flock's processing day is October 6th. So, you know, it is coming right up. We're out here to September 17th, I believe. So it's coming right up. October 6th, they'll go to a processor. They're looking good. And 301 chickens thriving in the flock. We did start with 305. And we have lost 4. And we've talked about flock loss prior to processing in some of our other videos. But 301 thriving 26 days in out of starting with 305 is real good. The typical flock loss can be like 20% in flocks, and the things that caused the loss of the 4 that we've lost, we had 2 that just failure to thrive and 2 that flipped over on their backs and could not breathe well. Then a chicken that gets flipped over on its back, if it doesn't get a rescue and turned back right side up, it will suffocate. It can't breathe laying on its back. So we've had one exception in a little over 3 years and a little over 2,000 birds. An older bird got into a habit of he'd get himself flipped over, and he did figure out as long as he could hold his head up, he could continue to breathe. And we found him like that multiple occasions. But that was an exception. Usually if they get over on their back, they expire. And we've said that those kinds of things like failure to thrive and getting flipped over on their back, those are random things that affect individuals. So when you have random things that affect individuals, you'll be fortunate and not have a whole lot of loss. But if you have conditions that are affecting the flock that are adverse or that just disagree with the flock's needs, then those conditions are going to create a large loss. And that's why when there is loss in a poultry flock, it tends to be on the big side, like 20% to 30%, because it tends to come from conditions, and conditions affect flocks. And when you affect flocks at large, if it affects them adversely and you lose birds, you're going to lose a lot of birds. So that's kind of what that amounted to. But couple changes in the grower pen, kind of minor changes, just maintenance, upkeep things. Actually added 3 bags of bedding today, and it took all of that to cover the whole pen. We had added fresh bedding about 2 days ago, and within 2 days they really had it clumpy, especially around the waters and the feeders. We also had a temporary wall stretching here over to that yellow one, that yellow crate that my hands pointed at, and we just moved those crates back against the wall opened that up for them, and you can tell they filled that space, and they're evenly distributed throughout the pen, so they really appreciated actually having more room. We do still have supplemental heat lamps on, 6 of them on. It's hovering around the mid 60s, which is comfortable, but it's a little on the cool side yet for birds that are in like their 3rd week of life. For meat chickens that are between 3 and 4 weeks old, they still want to be really closer to 75, mid 70s. So we are going to wrap this one up. Just wanted to show you all the flock and the updates there. And we do still have 301 chickens, and they're looking really good. So we're just hoping that this trajectory of success continues with them. So thanks for joining.